All right, what's up, guys? We're back. Increase the size of this. There we go. A bit smaller, cool. Anyways, what's up, guys? Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Brixton. Nice to meet you. Today we'll be doing something a little bit new, you know. I call it Fishing with Brixton, where I, Brixton, fish in the Great Plains state of Illinois. And what's up, guys? Today we'll be how should I start this? I'm curious. I guess we can go right off the top. All right, guys, what's up? It's Brixton. Nice to meet everybody. Today, I'm doing something a little bit special. I call it Fishing with Brixton, where I, Brixton, am fishing in the Great Plains state of Illinois while I talk about currently trending topics, give advice, or just give little opinions on things I think about my life or things that, you know, experiences I think that could help out other people in their life. So today's topic is going to be something a little special, but something I know a lot of people hold dear and close to them. It's going to be about loneliness and codependency. So earlier today I saw a post on Twitter. This post on Twitter was basically about this guy named Dantes Doanel. He's a very popular League of Legends streamer. I actually used to know him back in the day. I stopped corroborating with him, or, you know, well, actually I don't think that's the proper word, but you get what I mean. I stopped collaborating with him. I never really did collab with him, but, you know, I would talk to him every now and then, and he's gotten very popular, so congrats to him. Anyways, today he broke up with his girlfriend. Now, what does this mean? Well, for me, it doesn't really mean anything because it's none of my business. It doesn't affect my life whatsoever. But on Twitter, I saw that a lot of people were really, really invested in this, and I was wondering why. Why are there so many people invested in the relationship of somebody else? And it's been a trend I've seen quite often over the years. I mean, even just a week and a half ago, you know, I Show Speed, he broke up with his girl. Well, they were never really dating, but that was a big thing that was kind of trending a little bit too. So this is something you tend to see, especially after the COVID pandemic. A lot of people are trying to live life through the lens of others. I mean, it's just that simple. A lot of people don't have a life that they deem worth living, or they've kind of given up on themselves, or maybe they just don't really enjoy whatever activities they have going on in their own life. So they watch streams, they watch videos, they try to numb their brain to reality. And I don't think that's good. I think it's very unhealthy. So I'm here today to give a little bit of my opinion on that and share some insight, maybe some advice that can help some people. So number one, the loneliness. A lot of people nowadays just don't have communication skills. I'll just be the first to say it. I'm just going to say it. Like, people just don't know how to talk to each other. They don't know how to build relationships. They don't know how to invite people out to do anything. They don't know how to maintain relationships. They damn sure don't know how to get through conflict and disagreements. And this all leads to the loneliness epidemic. I also forgot to mention, a lot of people are also chronically online, which is okay to a certain extent, but not really, because what it does is it makes you an antisocial person because you don't develop the proper communication skills to, you know, associate with people in real life. So these are all the reasons I think that, there's a lot of lonely people out there. And it's not getting any better. It's actually getting worse. I've noticed more people are online, less people are hanging out, less people are outside, less people are walking down the streets, less people are jogging, less people out playing basketball. And it's just only going to get worse and worse as technology advances. And there's going to be more people online, more people using social media, which I think social media is a big part of the issues we have nowadays, where a lot of people just don't communicate with each other. Social media gives that feeling of missing out, and I think that's where it comes in the form of people trying to live their life through others. I mean, think about it. Most people, they work a 9 to 5, which is okay. It's okay. You got to pay the bills some way, but most people work a 9 to 5 job they hate, or 8 to 7, or whatever time frame it may be, for 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours or even 16 hours for the really crazy people. But most people work a job they just don't enjoy. Most people work a job they absolutely despise, and they do this 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. And when they get home, there's not really much more to do. They don't go out to participate in activities. They don't have clubs they're a part of. They don't have anything to look forward to. And I think that's one of the reasons why people tend to live their lives through others, which makes them lonely at the end of the day, because it's like reading a book. And I used to do this a lot. I used to read a lot, and I finally figured out after a while that the reason why I was reading was because my own life in and of itself was boring. And I'm just being real. There wasn't anything really exciting going on in my own life, so by reading books, I was able to live an exciting life through others. What's up, Sparky? How are you, my friend? So yeah, I mean, while being able to read the book, you can place yourself in the shoes of whoever you're reading about, and you can kind of experience their life through your own imagination. It's a great way to escape I'm getting tongue-tied. A great way to escape from reality, and I think a lot of people tend to do that with social media, gossip, and following the lives of others. That's the reason why I brought up earlier with the previous 2 individuals I mentioned, them breaking up with their girlfriends, because this is such a hot topic, but yet it has literally no impact on 99% of people's lives except for the individuals involved. Now, with that being said, how can we fix this? How can we solve this? What's the solution to that? Well, the solution is plain and simple. You have to build a life worth living. You have to be the one to get out and start doing things to make your life exciting. It's just that plain and simple. There's really no step-by-step guide on how to do this. I'm going to try to provide you one right now, but at the end of the day, you're the only one who understands or knows what it is that you want out of life. So if you want to be an astronaut, you're going to have to do things. You're going to have to build your life up in a way that is conducive with being an astronaut. If you want to be a firefighter, a rapper, a doctor, an engineer, a scientist, a basketball player, you have to do the things to make your life that. You have to do the things to make your life worth living, honestly speaking. Okay, so with that being said, I told you I would give you the ways on how to do that, and here they are. Step 1, health. Your physical fitness comes first before anything else, because without your health, you're just going to end up not being able to experience it in the way that you want to experience it. So if you're currently overweight and you feel like that's affecting you, because I mean, there's a lot of overweight people who live great, happy, and fulfilling lives, but I know it also mentally affects a lot of people negatively. Me being one of those people, I would recommend you do whatever it takes to get in shape, namely being go exercise. You don't have to go to the gym 7 days a week, but at least go twice a week. Do upper body, lower body, and allow your body to recover, get enough protein, eat less calories. It's really that simple, people. A lot of us already know the answers to our problems, but we just want a quick way out. We want some sort of secret formula, some sort of solution that we can do overnight, and poof, all the problems go away. But I mean, life just isn't like that, especially from my experience. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes dedication, and it takes consistency. And without that, nothing's really going to change, because you can do something for a day, but in order to change your life, you have to build a new lifestyle. So yeah, let's start there first. Physical fitness next. After your physical fitness is set, now you basically got a character. Now it's time to go out and explore the world. Like this game I'm playing right now, World of Warcraft, right? You start off in a tiny village, and as you progress in levels, you start to experience more and more of the world. You start getting involved with things happening throughout the world, and you become a central character that things start to revolve around. And you can do that in life too. You may start off in your house, And then you'll expand to your neighborhood. You know, you get out, go for some walks. Unless, I mean, if you're in a dangerous neighborhood, that may not be viable. But, you know, you could go to the gym, expand your area of influence, expand the area where you participate in, and then slowly but surely, as time goes on, you'll begin to meet new people. You'll begin to observe new things. You'll begin to have different thoughts because your area of life is slowly but surely expanding. After doing that for a while, then it's time to expand even more. How do you do this? You got to start making friends. You got to start joining clubs. You got to start interacting with people. And I know it could seem scary, especially for people who have a lot of social anxiety, especially after COVID, but it's just a necessary evil per se in order to progress in life. You have to learn how to communicate. And the way you do that isn't by looking up videos online. It isn't by living through people who are also already communicating. What's up, Janiza? How are you? It isn't by living through people who are already communicating. It's by getting out and experiencing life for yourself. And now, how do you do this? Well, it's simple. You go out, you join some clubs, you start participating in groups and communities that have similar interests that you do. So, prime example, right? I'm playing World of Warcraft right now. We're fishing. So you can join, you can go to Twitch streams. You can talk to people in those Twitch streams. Hey, does anybody want to play WoW with me? You can join communities online. You can go to the World of Warcraft Reddit. You can join World of Warcraft Discords. I'm sure they're out there. Or you can start one for yourself. And through doing this, you can slowly but surely start communicating more. Now this leaves you, now going the World of Warcraft route could leave you chronically online. But it's better than not communicating at all, at least. So when it comes to real life, I'm sure you have at least one hobby you like to do IRL, whether it's cooking, reading, even playing video games. You can go to a video game cafe. They have those now. You can go and meet people who just like you. Oh, I can't level up anymore. Hold on, guys. I gotta go back. I just realized. Yeah, you can meet people who are just like you that share your similar interests and hobbies, and through them, you can get to know even more people. Here's a story for you. When I used to live in Kansas, when I was doing semi-professional League of Legends, I was playing on a collegiate team because I was one of the best people in the world, namely the best Warwick top lane main to ever live, to ever exist. I was able to meet new people because, I mean, I've always been a pretty outgoing, well, actually, I take it back. I wasn't always an outgoing person. I was like a lot of people are nowadays, chronically online or chronically inside all the time, playing video games all day long. But one day I decided to make a decision to get out there and improve my communication skills. And through that, I've been put in a position where it's easy for me to make friends. It's easy for me to build connections because I put the time in to do that. Some people are like, oh, well, you're naturally good at communicate. No, this isn't all natural. Although it could be. I could have been naturally predisposed to it, but it definitely wasn't a skill that just developed overnight. It took a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears. So anyways, with that being said, when I was in Kansas, there was a time in my life where I didn't know anybody. I've never lived in Kansas. I didn't know anyone in Kansas. The only people I knew in Kansas were my roommates, who were also my teammates for the collegiate season that was coming up. So one of my roommates, my friend Coda, he ended up getting me into working out. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I just wasn't consistent with it. And because he himself was a bodybuilder, he still is, he ended up helping me get back into exercising because he would go all the time. So it's hard for me to turn down an opportunity to get myself back in the physical shape I wanted to be in, especially when it was mentally taxing on me not being in a good shape. Even now, I'm not in the best position, but I've definitely gained some muscles. So getting off of that side tangent, there was one month, maybe a week or two, where Coda had to go home. So I lost my workout partner, so I started going by myself. And there was this guy who used to always go to the gym. His name is Devon. He used to always go to the gym, and I would see him every night because we would be there at like 12 at night, 1 in the morning, because I like to go when there's nobody there, and I was a night owl, so I would be up around that time, and I figured I might as well go to the gym before it closes. So every now and then I'd say, yo, what's up, Devon? Well, I didn't know his name at the time, so I'd say, yo, what's up? How are you doing? I would ask him for some workout advice, some tips here and there, because he was in a shape or close to a shape that I wanted myself to be in. So, of course, I figured I would learn from him in order to improve my physical fitness. So after talking to him for a while, eventually we had a conversation, and it turned out that this guy, he worked for Coachella. He would help set things up, go behind the stage. And at the time, myself, I was super interested in music, still am, always will be. And I come from a background where my mother was on Broadway, my little brother's an actor, so I figured I might as well as, network and communicate with this guy. So the way I built a relationship up with them was I was like, hey man, I see you around here all the time, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. We talked about the Coachella. He's like, yeah, dude, this and that. I was like, all right, man, I have a good day. By the way, you got like a Snapchat or a phone number or something? He's like, yeah, man, here's my phone number, keep in touch, come work out. I was like, yeah, for sure, go work out with you. So then I started working out with him. After a while of working out with him, there was one day he was like, yo, bro, you're really chill, bro. Have you been downtown? Because I used to live in Lawrence, Kansas. So he said, have you ever been downtown in Lawrence, Kansas? And I was like, no, I've never been down there before. I was new to the area and I was only there for university. So I had never really gotten out that much in the area because, it's Kansas. What's there to do out in Kansas? Well, was I in for a surprise? Because afterwards he was like, oh, bro, like, I know everybody down there. I used to work at the bars downtown Lawrence. You know what? Matter of fact, Brixton, when are you free next? I was like, I'll be free Friday because I didn't have classes Friday. He was like, okay, cool, for sure. So on Friday night, after I get off of work and whatnot, how about you come out with me downtown and we'll check out the city? I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Let's do it. So I ended up meeting up with him on Friday. He had sent me the address of this bar. I met up with him at the bar. Turns out this guy knows everybody in the city. He knows the bartenders. He knows the waitresses. He knows the servers. He knows random people walking through the door. When he said he knows the city, I didn't think he literally meant he knew the city. He knew everybody down there. We got free drinks the whole night. We got offered all types of shit. Some of the things I won't say on stream because maybe it isn't maybe it isn't. Actually, I will say we got offered like weed. We got offered. I think we even got offered coke at some point. Although I don't do it, he doesn't do it either. It was just like a random dude, but everybody was so nice to him because he knew everybody. He had networked and he used to work in the bars down there, so he would see a lot of them. And apparently, he's a really good communicator himself. So a lot of people would come to him with their problems. A lot of people would come to him with like new information. This is happening. That's happening. And because I decided to make the decision to talk to him and network with him, he introduced me to that world too. And that's just one example of how the moral of that story is, that's an example of how you never know who you can meet just by saying hello. If you frequent a place and somebody shares a similar interest with you, you can use that as the foundation to build a life worth living. You can use that as a way to expand your area of influence or expand like the area where you chill out and hang out at. Because I'll tell you what, no matter what age you are, whether you're in your mid-teens, whether you're in your mid-20s, mid-30s, mid-40s, mid-50s, or even mid-60s, you can always build a life worth living, or even a life that's exciting, something where you won't feel like you're missing out on at any point, any stage in time. So the next time you find yourself sitting down and having that feeling of missing out or really caring a lot about what someone else is going through, really sit down and ask yourself, do I care this much because this is interesting or because my own life really isn't that exciting? And then take the steps you need to build that life. You really can. I'm doing a lot of stuttering. I'm doing a lot of pausing because I'm not really that used to just going off the dome. But I'm talking to you guys like you're friends of mine. This is how I talk to my friends. I'll tell them, hey man, like, I understand that you care a lot about these people's relationships, namely the two people I mentioned when I first started going off of my conversation here. But why is that? Is it really that interesting? Not really. It's more because kind of living our life through these people, we have no clue who they are in reality, but it's just interesting because our own lives aren't that exciting. And that's going to cause loneliness in the end, because once you keep living through somebody, if you spend your life trying to live through others, eventually you're going to die. So you're living for others. You're trying to live through others, and in that process, you end up killing yourself. Not literally, but you end up killing your own life because you're trying to live through others' lives. So what's going to happen with you? There's going to be one or two options. Either you're going to go in zombie mode and live out someone else's dream, namely working for a company you hate the rest of your life until you retire at 65, which then your health has deteriorated because a lot of you don't take care of yourselves. and you're gonna be living off of retirement, which by that point, due to inflation, won't really be that much money. Which a lot of people nowadays, they work until the day they die, and I just don't want that to be the same thing that happens to you guys, honestly. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This has been Fishing with Brixton. Love y'all. Till next time, deuces. All right, boys, let me go buy some. Let me go upgrade my fishing because Lord knows I need it. That was real. Thank you. Thank you. What do you think about that, Sparky? You think I should do some more videos like that? I feel like it's a vibe. I feel like those are like good type of videos. And I'll get better as time goes on, but I'm just not used to talking on stream like that. I'm not used to talking on stream and just coming off the dome. I'll usually be talking to a friend of mine, and then we start getting into a topic or a conversation. And then I have better analogies and whatnot. But it's a skill like anything else. Definitely is like podcast type content. I guess so. People always tell me I should do a podcast or whatnot, but I've just never thought I was the type to do a podcast. But I mean, I guess then again, you never know what type of person you are until you try stuff.
Be with you.
Bro, I need to upgrade my fishing. There's no fishing trainers out here? Maybe they have them in Dark Shore. Anyways, how you guys doing today? What's poppin'? I only have about an hour of time left in me because I got to get ready to go bowling. I was thinking about going bowling with some people today, so that's at 5, which is in about 3 hours.
Hello.
I can go to Dark Shore.
Good luck.
Think they have fishing trainers there. Not bad, not bad. Just chilling right now. That's good. That's good. You know what I can do? We can do one of these. Because I've already done what I was set out to do, so we can do some Friday Night Funkin'. I'm going to change my title. Going for world record, 1 hour left. Let's do that. Going for world. All right, let's get it. I gotta update my game. Update that. I don't know if you saw, but they teased 2 more Nightmare remixes. Really? Is this the fishing trainer? I pray to God it is. I pray to the heavens this is the it's a mining trainer. Is this the fishing trainer? All these trainers and no fishing trainers. Y'all got me effed up, bro. Oh, is the fishing trainer over here? Rogue trainer. Yikes. Alright, let's log out. I'm streaming on YouTube as well, so I gotta find a way to make this show up on YouTube too. One is really easy, the other is second most difficult, if not the most difficult Nightmare mix, really. And this is just the base game. This isn't like a mod or anything. Can you see this? I wonder if they can see this on YouTube. Let me see. This shit is loud. Let's get these erect modes. Let's get these erect modes in. I wonder if they can see this. 3, 2, 1, go. Hold on, I gotta minimize this. Oh damn! Can I like zoom out? I can. Nice. I haven't played this game in so long. Oh my God, what's up, Scout the dog? Jesus. I should actually put in details with one hand. Because I do use one hand. What's up, Scout the dog? How are you? Cool, now that we're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yo, Sparky, out of all the mods and whatnot, what's your favorite song? I still have yet to play any mods. You forgot I was still using one hand? Yeah. This requires some intense concentration, that's for sure. Can I have mod, please? What's this on YouTube? I guess so. I don't have any YouTube mods yet, so you can be the first. Give me 1 second. I'm spitting right now. Can't you see me? You better move over. Oh my God. The B-side mods are really nice remixes for the game, but man, there are a ton of mods out there. It's hard to pick. Really? How do I mod people actually? Do I have to go to my stream? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, Zoila Bermejo. What's up? I didn't even realize. /mod Scout the dog. Is that how you do it? Is it /mod at Scout the dog? I don't know how to. Can I just click your name? Oh, add as moderator. Standard moderator. You must work up to the point you get to be a complete moderator.
1, go.
You must fight in gladiatorial combat to become a true moderator. I just gotta analyze the patterns of the hard part. Let's see how far we can get in an hour. Can we beat everything on a rec? Boyfriend spitting though. Golly. That pattern is
Three,
murdering
two,
me, bro.
one, go.
Not gonna lie, I still can't be spooked on nightmare mode for real. So my eyes can see most of the patterns, but when it starts becoming directional arrows after arrows, that's when it gets a little bit difficult. Here we go. Okay, I made it a little further that time. It's so difficult, bro. I even beat the Satin Panties Nightmare remix, which is rated as the hardest remix so far. It's harder. Is there a Nightmare remix for Guns? I would feel like that would be the hardest remix if there was a Nightmare remix for that. Satin Panties is a crazy name for a song, by the way. I bet she's for Satin. They're only on week 5 right now? Or week 4? Is Milk, is Mommy Dearest week 4 or week 5? I think it's week 4, right? Because you fight her and Daddy Dearest or some shit in week, what is it, in week 5, yeah. Because week 6 is that Senpai guy, the anime dude from the realm, from the dating sim. Who becomes an eldritch horror in the last song. Craziest plot twist of the century, by the way. I think I'm getting the pattern now. I think we're gonna beat it this time. Yeah, Mom is week 4. I love that week, bro.
1, go.
She has some of the best songs out of all of them. MILF is one of songs, hands down, out of the entire discography or catalog. There's a disc involved here. Close. The MILF remix finna break the internet all over again. They haven't done it yet, so let's see. They haven't done that Mom's last song, the first and last song of week 5. Oh, okay, yeah. When did they come out with the 2 new Nightmare remixes? Golly. Hard to say exactly when new stuff will come, but they got big plans for this game. They're kind of releasing with stuff in their own schedule.
3, 2,
Yeah, I want to see the full game come out. I feel like it's going to be a very popular game. It'll definitely be a contender for games like Osu, ADR. Thank you for showing me this game. It's actually like one of my favorite games of all time. Thank you. Who would have thought this little Flash game would become one of my favorite games? But I mean, that's the true spirit of gaming. You don't really need to do all this flashy animation and graphics. What you really need is something that's fun for people to play. Remember, take a little risk. Have something that's memorable for people. That's why the third most downloaded game on Steam for a while was just a game where you cook a banana. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge story guy, but a lot of games right now just focus on story and graphics rather than the actual gameplay. That's why things like Elden Ring are so good, right? Because their gameplay is addicting. Yes, sir. I'm just glad someone else can enjoy with you for sure.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here you go. You're welcome, Scout. No problem. was close. Yes. Oh, by the way, you said you're going bowling later. Asking because I want your honest opinion on bowling. I went with some friends like twice. And it was kind of boring. Also, you got involved, and it was not funny. Bowling is more of a social activity.
3, 2, 1, go.
Unless you're super deep into bowling, it's either good for dates or just good to chill with friends and catch up with people. So the actual activity of bowling in and of itself it can be fun. For me, I'm in the middle ground about it. It's not really something super exciting, but it's more the prospect of hanging out with people and talking and chilling that gets me excited for bowling. Because bowling in and of itself it's not an intense activity. It's almost like golfing. It's not super exciting, but it can be with certain people unless you're really into bowling. So is bowling boring? My first thought was yes, so I'll go with my first mind and say yes, bowling is boring. But there's a caveat there. If you're by yourself, yes. If you're with people, no. Because people make it fun. But to take it a step further, I'm the type where it's really difficult, unless I'm with like a girlfriend or something, it's really difficult for me to hang out with people and do nothing. Unless it's my family or my girl, like, don't get me wrong, I love the bro, but it's really difficult for me to just hang out and do nothing just for the sole purpose of being in each other's vicinity. To me, it's the same thing as sitting and calling people in Discord for hours and not saying anything. You know what I'm talking about? When people sit in Discord with each other for hours. I have friends who do that all the time, or they used to at least, and I never understood it. For me, it just doesn't do anything for me just to just sit and call with somebody for hours and not say anything. Unless, no, I don't get that either. So it's mostly just a social activity. Unless, once again, you're deep into bowling. I gotta be doing something. That's how I am too. Because it feels like if I'm just doing nothing, I could be doing something else. Find something else to do in the meantime. Oh, like I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, it's and I don't knock people who do that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. They just want to spend time with somebody, with your friends or family. But for me personally, it just doesn't do anything to just sit and be silent. No, it just doesn't suit me. Right. And I think that's okay. Everyone's different.
3, 2, 1, go.
It could be because I feel like I have ADHD, or maybe it's because I just get bored doing it. But for me personally, just hanging out just to hang, like, it puts me in a awkward situation because I just don't know what to do. If I would do nothing, to me it's like, well, if we were just gonna sit and do nothing, I'd rather like read or something, or do something else, and just sit. The way it was explained to me by a friend of mine a while ago was the feeling of having somebody there that you can talk to makes them feel comfortable. It makes them feel like everything is all right and peachy or together. But for me, I don't necessarily. Now, this could be because I've been like, since I've grown up, I've been like the kid who would be at home by himself at like 12 or 13, just house sitting. Because my mother had to go out a lot and I was the only child. So I learned to eventually just be okay with my own company in a sense. I've never felt the need to like have another presence there the entire time. Just being there to be there. It's like, what am I doing? I don't know, like it just puts me in an awkward situation. I just feel awkward, like I should be doing. Like it's something intimate you do with your girl or something, or like, you know what I'm saying? It's like something you do intimately with your girl. Okay, what are we doing? They're like just hanging out. I'm like, makes me iffy. And I still hang out with them because I don't want them to think I don't care for them as friends or whatnot. So I'll do it every now and then. But for me to do it constantly, it's like for me to do that constantly, it's just not something I would indulge in doing because of that reason where I just don't I don't get the point in doing it for me personally.
1, go.
What's up, Ted Pro? How are you? Welcome, my soldier. Seriously though, how are you, Ted Pro? I'm curious about what's going on with you. Did you keep testing me? Yeah. I haven't played in a minute, man. I played one game of League and I want to punch a whole team out of it. It gets me so frustrated. And it's mainly the people. I gotta recommend some hardware stores where people can buy a rope. Jesus. Jeez. Not the rope hardware stores, brother. Not the rope not the ropeware stores.
3, 2,
That
1,
is a crazy statement. Jokes I got chat. We've all been there before. We've all been in chat beat territory before. You wanna know a crazy story? The worst thing I've ever said in League of Legends history? This is probably 7 or 8 years ago. That's a long time if I think about it. I was playing a game once. And this is back in the Unhinged days. Maybe I shouldn't say this actually. Let's not talk about that. Let's just keep it pushing, guys. not, you know, let's not
3, 2, 1, go.
let's move forward into a bright new era. I need to wash my clothes. I just thought about it. Early days of Spicy, tell me about it, bro. Spicy, they were in California years ago. The stuff I used to say back in the Call of Duty lobby days would get me canceled today. Probably thrown in jail. The stuff people used to say back in the Xbox chat room Call of Duty days would get them executed on the streets, bro. It was bad. It was bad. Bro, we used to be messed up kids back in the day. Oh, I almost had it. So when I hated leaked my address every game I played with, and that guy was crazy, bro. There used to be some crazy things back in the day. For like prime example, there was this guy we were friends with, and I don't remember if I was the one who did, if I went through with this, but like one of our friends had an idea. They were like, "Yo, it was Xbox chat room, and we knew this guy's dad was gonna join the chat room for something or whatever, for like the party. I guess he's gonna play Halo with us or whatever." So. Oh, we were in middle school. So we had a friend. Our plan was to convince this guy's dad that he was gay. So basically, and he wasn't, by the way, but it was a prank. So what happened was when the guy had went to go get something to eat, I guess, or he went to go grab a snack. And when the guy's dad joined the call, the first thing we did was like, the first thing that someone said was basically, "Damn, bro, like, Dalton's boyfriend is well, let's call him Jake, okay?" We were like, "Yeah, man, Jake's boyfriend like dumped him today, bro. That's crazy. What happened to Jake's boyfriend?" And the other guy was like, "Yeah, man, like it's crazy how the whole school doesn't know yet. Like Jake and this other guy were dating, bro." And his dad is in a call, thinking he's straight the whole time, and he's actually straight, but we just kept going on about how y'all did him so right. Yeah, we just kept going on about how the guy and his boyfriend broke up, and like he's been crying to us about his boyfriend. And I kid you not, his dad, maybe 1 minute into that, he was like, "Doo-doo," you know, like the sound he used to make when people left the Xbox Live party. It was just boop, like, so he left, and then 5 minutes later, our friend comes back. Jake, he comes back. He's like, "What did you guys do?" And we're like, "What are you talking about, Jake? Like, what do you mean?" He's like, "Why did my dad come to me and just start talking about like he accepts me for who I am and this and that?" It was just messed up, bro. So after that, we were like, "Yo, our bad, bro. Like, we didn't think that, you know." We were kids at the time. We just did some crazy messed up pranks. Like we all got it. Me and my other friend. Like it was a round table, bro. Like I remember one story. We were playing Call of Duty, and we had this frame. We'll call him Dante. So Dante would always rage whenever he played Call of Duty Black Ops. He would always rage. Like this guy was always rage. And I had two other friends. Let's call them Nathan and Gary. So Dante, what he did was, it was me, Dante, Nathan, and Gary. We were all playing a game of Call of Duty Black Ops, and Dante was running down. We were search and destroy, or maybe it was team deathmatch. So with that being said, anyways, Dante was running down the map and he died. And Dante was like, "Ah, how did I die?" And Gary was like, Well, he shot you with the required amount of bullets to reduce your health to 0. And me and Nathan, we started busting out laughing because it was funny. And Dante was like, you effing fat piece of this and that, you mother effer. When I see you at school, I'm going to F you up and this and that. Like, are you serious? Like, of course I know that's how many bullets it takes. And then Gary's like, well, I mean, if you know the answer, maybe you shouldn't. He's just messing with them, just riling them up the whole time. And finally, Dante is like, I'll see you at school. So it gets to school the next day, right? And Gary's a big dude. He's a football player. Yeah, bro. Dante crashed out over Call of Duty like crazy. So they get to school and they get face to face. And Dante's like, yo, you remember what you said to me? And keep in mind, Gary's taller and bigger than Dante. So yeah, I remember. So Dante was like, got in his face, like, oh, you're it's time, this and that. And Gary's like, okay, do what you're gonna do. And Dante didn't do anything. Nothing ever happened, bro. He hyped it all up for no reason. Nothing ever went down. Dante was just being Dante and talking trash. Oh, but I will say, Dante, we had this friend, we'll call him, let's call him Merrick. So Merrick and Dante were like two peas in a pod, right? They used to play basketball together all the time and everything. And there was one day, Dante and Merrick stopped being friends. Like it was like a breakup damn near. Like they just completely stopped being friends. And I didn't know for the longest why they stopped being friends. I just never thought to ask Dante and Merrick because I think I had moved away at the time. This is my freshman year of high school, going into sophomore year, and I transferred to a different school, so I just didn't really talk to them as often as I used to. So I meet Merrick, maybe 2 or 3 years later, I meet Merrick. And I asked him, because it had been on my mind for years, and it just came out when I saw him again. I was like, yo, Merrick, whatever happened to you and Dante? Why did you and Dante stop being friends? And Merrick was like, oh, I had beat Dante in a game of basketball. I was like, over that? For real? Merrick's like, yeah, man. Like, I beat him in a game of basketball. He said, I'm a bitch, and we just stopped being friends after that. Bro, Dante used to when I tell you Dante was the crasher outer, bro, this guy was turbo crash out. Like he was a type you like you blew air next to him, he would whip up a machine gun and just start shooting. Like Dante used to crash out. So I asked Michael, I was like, yo, Michael, so what exactly happened? There has to be more to the story. He was like, okay, so basically we were, the park down in the one subdivision that we know about. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, we were there. It was me, Dante, and a couple guys from school. We were talking around and joking, and one of the guys said that I was better at basketball than Dante, and Dante was like, nah, like he's better than me. So me and Dante argued a little bit, and we ended up telling each other we're going to do a 1v1. So we ended up doing the 1v1 in basketball. In basketball, a 1v1 is usually the first to 11 or 21, depending on if you're going by 1 point or 2 points. So they did first to 11. So 1 point was anything within the free throw line, within a three-pointer, and a three-pointer was a two-pointer in a 1v1. So throughout this 1v1, Merrick was always good at ball handling. Pause. He was always good at ball handling. And he would just do these tricks and shit, like through his legs behind the back. And apparently there was once, like, major pause going, yeah. So they started off, it was 1-1, 2-2, it was going even. But during the game, there was one point where Merrick, he ended up doing this move, this little spin move, and, between the legs, a crossover, and he broke Dante's ankle, and Dante fell down. And Merrick scored a layup on him. And like stuck it, Merrick was just like a silly, goofy guy. Yeah, bro. Dante had his ankles broken, annihilated, vaporized his ankles. So after Dante got his ankles vaporized by Merrick, yeah. Remember, this is the crash out extraordinaire. He got up in Merrick's face and he started, getting in his face, starting to beat him up and fighting him and all this extra stuff. So because of that, Merrick got in his face, and then they started scrapping. They started scrapping with each other, like actual fighting to the death, like it's a gladiator, ancient Rome. And the winner of the fight was never really decided. But Merrick was like, "Yo, fuck you! Like, why you like, fuck you, dude? Like, just because I did, I broke your ankles doesn't mean you gotta." And these guys were tight. They were always hang out with each other and do everything with each other. But I guess they weren't that tight on the F&F grind. Yeah, what up, Jardo? I was telling them about our friends Dante and Merrick, how they broke up, how they stopped being friends. You remember Dante and Merrick in high school? Dante, his name started with the D, and Merrick, his name started with the M. It's not actually Dante and Merrick, but their name started with D and M. You know who they are. You know exactly who I'm talking about. D and M. They were together all the time. I know what you talking about. Yeah, I was telling them how they stopped being friends because of basketball, because Merrick beat Dante in a basketball game and crossed them up, and they started boxing. they started boxing on the basketball field. On the basketball court. So, and then Merrick was like, yeah, like he didn't understand why Dante was so mad about that. It was crazy. He didn't understand why Dante was so mad about him beating him in a 1v1, boxing over basketball. Well, like I said, Dante used to crash all the time. Dante's a chill guy now. I still he follows me on Instagram. Follow him on Instagram. He's a really chill dude, trust me. But back then, during like middle school and high school, he used to crash out, bro. He used to crash out on everything. And so yeah. Anyways, to finish off the story, after they got out of the fight, they stopped scuffling because the other people broke it up. Dante called Merrick a bitch, and Merrick said Dante's a bitch, and they ended up going their separate ways. And that's how they lost their friendship, because he crossed up Dante tripped or whatever. Dante was embarrassed about losing the game, and they started scrapping. So, yeah, man. Basketball ruined their friendship. That's how Dante and Merrick stopped being friends. Yeah. I have a lot of crazy, like when I really think back, I have a lot of crazy stories. Like I almost got struck by lightning. That was an interesting occurrence. You really don't understand how hot lightning is until it almost hits you and kills you. Huh? Yeah. It's a quick story. So basically, I was around 13 or 14. There was a storm raging outside. And I don't remember why I walked outside, but I had to get something outside. So I opened up the door, and the door just flew open. Like, it was that bad. The door just sprung open. The rain was super fast. It felt like needles. And I guess I went to the mailbox or something. Not a smart move in a lightning storm. But I went across the street to get something that was across the street, and I think it was in the mailbox. So as I stepped out of the house to walk across the street, it looks like Zeus is angry outside, bro. The lightning is red and everything. A giant lightning bolt strikes across the street. You ever been in a neighborhood, like in a residential neighborhood, in a suburban neighborhood, a residential neighborhood where there's the street, dividing the houses and whatnot? It was that close. I was on one side of the street. The lightning struck on the other side, like off of those curbs. And when I tell you, it was one of the scariest moments of my life, bro. I literally almost died. This lightning bolt wasn't even that big. It was like the width of maybe a computer screen, but the heat that it emanated like singed the hair on my body. That's how hot it was. And it was across the street. I can only imagine how hot a lightning bolt, and you got to remember the electrons and stuff in a lightning bolt are very compact. That's why it's like that. And even with that compactedness, the majority of the energy is in the lightning bolt itself. And even with that, it still basically burned me, bro. And it was across the street. So I can only imagine how it feels to get struck by lightning. I understand why it insta kills people. It was hot. When I tell you it was hot, it was hot. I'm saying inside the rest of the week. Yeah, bro. It was crazy. I'm trying to think of other stories I have to tell. I got a lot of stories, man. The thing is, I've been improving my ability to be a storyteller. I haven't been the best. So, but yeah, I got a lot of crazy stories that I will be telling now, since I see that people like them. I just want to get better at telling them. But bro, there's some things out there, man. There's some things out there.
2, 1, go!
If you're telling them I'm listening, yeah, bro. I'm about to get going here soon because I think my dog needs to go and then I gotta get ready to go bowling. We'll do this 1 or 2 more times and then we'll get going. And then I'll upload that section of Fishing with Brixton online. Copy that, Chi. All right, guys, it's been fun. I love you guys. Till next time, deuces. I'm gonna go walk my dog. Wanna go outside, man? Look at him. Wanna go outside? Come here. Say bye, everybody. Say bye-bye. I'm gonna go walk my dog, and then I gotta get ready to go play, go bowling, whatnot. But love y'all till next time. Deuces.